Today is January 4th, and the focus today is peace and where that peace comes from. Does it just come from when everything goes your way? Is that peace that's outside of yourself? You need circumstances to line up, or can you find that peace within that peace that is peace beyond understanding? Hi, I'm Candy. I'm a hypnotherapist who's deconstructing from evangelical Christianity, and I know how mindset shapes our behavior. So in this series, I'm going to share my daily reflections from 3 different devotionals. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, and that one's a little more spiritual, non-religious. Also, Jesus Calling by Sarah Young, which is a very modern Christian approach. And My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers, which is a very classic Christian angle. My goal is to help you see how each one of these devotionals or these day books might shape your mindset a little differently. And if you're into that kind of reflection, please like and follow for more. Let's get started. Today is January 4th, and in the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, he tells a story about a woman who found just a dried, compressed, hard sponge, and tucked inside that was a message that she had been seeking. And so she wades out waist deep into the ocean and puts the sponge down into the water and allows it to soak up the water, to soak up its environment. And as it began to unfold, there was a little fish inside that came to life and swam away. And that just became something that she held on to, in that thinking of your heart as this sponge that's maybe held tight. We hold it tight. Sometimes it gets hardened to life because we expect life to go a certain way, and it doesn't. It just never does. It never goes the way we expect. Not the whole entire life. There might be things that do, but a lot of times there's things thrown into life that throw us off. And instead, if we can see those experiences as ways to soften, to find that peace, relax into it, and to just imagine our heart like that sponge in the water, softening in the experience. And the experiences are like the waters, softening it so that it can open up and we can find new opportunities, maybe learn new things about ourselves and about others, instead of holding tight this rigid, kind of judgmental way we think life is supposed to go. And that's what makes life hard. And it doesn't give us peace because we're constantly craving this thing that we don't have. And instead, if we can relax into the experience, we might find this space between peace and joy. And the secret to life is that awakening, freeing that which has been asleep in your heart. And experiences are opportunities to learn that, to not resist. When something happened and you can't take it back, it's over, it's in the past, fighting it and trying to make it be different than it is not going to help you. But you can take the information from that and move forward, learning from it and allowing it to shape you in different ways, or you can become hardened. So there's a peace there that's just hidden within you. And so his practical advice today would be to, with your eyes closed, just meditate on the image of a hardened sponge, unfolding just like a flower underwater. And as you breathe, practice seeing your heart like that sponge. And then the next time you do the dishes or do any mundane task, pause and hold that hardened sponge in the water in your mind, or if you're doing the dishes, actually physically, and just feel your heart unfold as it softens and opens in the water. In Jesus Calling, Sarah Young kind of asks you to try something, and try saying, "I trust you, Jesus," in response to whatever happens to you. So no matter what's happening, to keep in mind who God is and his power, his glory, and just ponder the depth and the breadth of his love for you. And unpleasant experiences that you might go through are opportunities to help you trust more, help you lean on him more. And they can help remind you that he is in control. They're just opportunities when you affirm your trust, no matter what, to him, that you'll receive blessings, and that you will be reminded that they're directly from him to you. Now, I can see some comfort in this coming to someone as a Christian. I was a Christian. This would have brought me comfort, because when I would worry or stress about things with my children or my family, I would lean on Jesus. Um, there is great comfort in that, but there's also a tendency to not do anything about a situation, not see the opportunities in front of you. Sometimes it's just like you want um, uh, a supernatural something to happen that would be supernatural, and not necessarily something that you would do yourself, or an opportunity you might see, and it might seem outside of what you would do as a Christian. Maybe it's something that an opportunity that you would not take because you believe that it's not godly, or interacting with a person who's not godly, or there's just a lot of reasons that I would kind of struggle with this one today, or read it differently, because it's not always so comforting to, and just saying, Jesus, I trust you, does not strengthen it. And I also had a question of if, um, saying and remembering that you trust him and not doing that can make him not seem close to you. It didn't say seem close. She said it would make me close to you. But I thought in the day before, I know that she wrote that he is in you and with you. So if he's in you, how are you getting far apart from him? I don't understand how that's happening. So that would be a question I would ask today if I was going through that devotional. So just something to keep in mind if you want to look into that. And the last book, the last and my least favorite, my utmost for his highest, is talking about it's pretty harsh today, guys. Okay, so if you're experiencing heartbreak or disappointment, he says it's because you didn't wait on God. And if you have like this blank space, or this, time, space, whatever to fill, that you should never like just fill it yourself, that God will do it. If you have doubt about something, don't do it. You need to wait for certainty. Doubt basically is, in evangelical Christianity, was a big no-no for me. It was sinful, so it kept you in check. And then he also he tells a story about Peter, saying that he would follow Jesus anywhere, and then he denies him when the rooster crows 3 times, and basically uses that to say that your natural devotion to God isn't enough to consider yourself a disciple. So you have to have some sort of supernatural experience, or um, something. So you might want it, but you can't have it until, I guess, God gives it to you. I don't know. So you're kind of just really waiting. And even if you're seeking, you're completely dependent on whether he decides to give it to you or not. And that's, I guess there's an element that kind of an awakening kind of just happens to you. I would agree with that. Um, I thought I was following truth, and then discovered I wasn't, that Christianity wasn't the truth, but it could point to it, as many religions can, and other ways. You do not need a religion to point to truth because it's within you. And then how he was saying that if you experience heartbreak or disappointment, that it's because you didn't wait on God, and that's just beating somebody down who's already hurting. And I don't think that it's just shame, more shame, which I think this book, so far on even just day 4, I have picked up on the shame in this book that can be implied. So do with you what you will with those 3. I just really think the point that the Book of Awakening is making is that peace, it's within you. You can allow yourself to soften and just feel the feelings that you're feeling. You don't have to resist them. You don't have to run from them. Allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to have the human experience, to learn from it, to grow from it, to find the joy and the peace right where you are today without trying to manufacture it by being a good disciple, improving your devotion, or just constantly telling Jesus you trust him. Just simply trusting that all is well, that you're okay in this moment. And things do tend to work out in the long run. Even like after the storm, there's calm. So keeping that in mind, that's what I'm going to do. And you do. You do you. Remember, you get to decide what you devote your thinking to today. You might not be able to control every thought that comes in, but you can definitely decide what you entertain. And whether it comes from something I've said today or something completely different, choose wisely and set an intention that truly benefits you and those around you. And if you found any value here today, don't forget to like and follow. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And let's keep our minds on what helps us love ourselves and each other a little bit better every day.